Regent Crane, since we still have a committee quorum with Regent Harrell, we can go ahead and begin. And if Regent Edwards joins us, I'll note it on the record.
All right, very good. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Regent Crane. Welcome to the Telephonic Academic and Health Affairs Committee meeting for May the 11th, 2020, and the time is 2:02 p.m. This meeting has been duly posted with the Secretary of State as required by open meetings laws. Please note, the audio of this meeting is being broadcast live. Now, before we take roll call, I'd like to remind everyone to please mute your phones unless you have the need to speak. Laura, how about let's go ahead and take the roll call of the regents, and with any other regents that are on the call, please check in. Thank you.
Sure. Regent Crane.
Here.
Regent Harrell.
I'm present.
Thank you. And again, Regent Edwards. She hasn't joined us. And then I believe we had Regent Flores.
Yes.
Thank you. And any other regents joining us today?
Regent McCall.
Hi, Student Regent McCall. Thank you for joining us. Okay, that concludes the regents. Who just joined us?
Hi, this is Pam Millsap with Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Okay, we're just starting roll call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are we ready to do the roll call, Laura, for the system office then?
Yes.
All right.
Sure. Chancellor McCall.
Here.
Dr. Hayek.
Here.
Derek Alexander.
Here.
Carol Fox.
Here.
And do we have any other system staff on the phone call?
This is Sean Cunningham.
Harper.
I heard Sean Cunningham and Daniel Harper. Anyone else?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Laura, how about the roll call for all the component representatives?
Sure. Lamar University.
Ken Evans and Brandon Nichols.
Thank you. Sam Houston.
Dick Egglesare and Chris Maynard.
Sol Ross.
This is Bill Kibler, and I believe Rob Kanukin's on the line as well.
Yes, Rob Kanukin is here.
Thank you, gentlemen. Texas State University.
Denise Strauss, Jean Bourgeois, and Lisa Lloyd.
Thank you. LIT.
Lonnie Howard and Carrie Mix.
Thank you. Lamar State College Orange.
Tom Johnson and Wendy Elmore.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, and welcome to Wendy. And finally, Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Betty Renard and Dr. Pam Millsap.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I'd also like to note at this time that Dr. Hayek has had a chance to brief me on the agenda items. So now at this time, I'll turn the meeting over to Dr. John, who will present the Academic and Health Affairs Committee agenda items. John?
Thank you, Regent Crane. Good afternoon, everyone. Before launching into the agenda items, I believe this is our first committee meeting since the virus really broke out significantly. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you and congratulations to our institutions, but also specifically our chief academic officers and their teams. It has just been an amazing couple months, as they will tell you when they get a chance to do that in person, in terms of transitioning thousands of courses, from face-to-face to remote learning, modifying schedules and the semester activities, and on and on and on. Just making the best of really just a terrible situation. And so they've done a great job, and just really, really heartfelt thank you goes out to all of them. And I know that they're extraordinarily busy trying to make necessary modifications for the summer and for the fall as well. So a big thank you to them. And also, I'd like to officially welcome a new Chief Academic Officer to our group, Dr. Wendy Elmore, who's the new Chief Academic Officer at Lamar State College Orange, transitioning again at an extraordinary time. But she comes to us from Trinity Valley Community College in Athens, Texas, and just brings a wealth of experience. And I know that she's already having a really positive impact at Orange already, even though I'm not quite sure she's met most of her staff and faculty in person yet. So anyway, welcome, Dr. Elmore. So with that, I'd like to jump in, and the first agenda item that we have is Lamar University, a new degree program, a Master of Science in Hospitality Leadership. President Evans or Dr. Nichols, would you like to take that one?
Yes, sir. We're requesting this. It builds on programs that we already have and a great program in hospitality that's been accredited for a number of years. It seeks to provide the program basically as a 2+2 program to allow us to work with community colleges to provide a bachelor's degree for people in the hospitality industry. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the master's. This one is the higher degree. We have a bachelor's degree. We have a bachelor's already. This is the master's degree to provide them other additional education. The second one is the Master of Arts in Deaf Studies.
Why don't we, Regent Crane, would you like to ask if any of the regents or anyone else has questions before asking for a motion to move that the Master of Science in Hospitality Leadership forward to the full board? Regent Crane? Laura, are you out there?
Yeah, we're seeing he's still on the call. We're seeing his name and his speaker, so we're not sure if he lost. It's showing him still logged in.
Regent Crane, are you muted?
I was muted. All right. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're ready to move this to a motion. Since there were no questions or comments, correct?
Correct.
Okay, then let's move forward. I'll make a motion that Lamar University be authorized to offer an online Master of Science in Hospitality Leadership degree with an emphasis on providing students with a balanced blend of real-life operational and conceptual management skills. The program would begin effective fall 2021, following notification to the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board and the Commission on Colleges of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. Do I hear, let's see, Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
Yes, I was going to say I will second your motion, or if this is just to move forward, I will say yes.
Hello, okay, Regent Crane, Regent Harrell. This is Veronica, Regent Edwards. Just want to let you know I'm on the call, and I also approve for it to move forward.
Dr. Edwards, good to hear from you. Thank you. All right, John, back to you for our agenda item 3B.
Great. The next item is another Lamar University item, a new degree in Master of Arts in Deaf Studies. Dr. Nichols?
Yes, this is a Master of Art in Deaf Studies. It's created for people who want to teach ASL at a community college level. Right now, there are about 14,000 openings advertised for people with the ability to do ASL. The great piece is that we're able to leverage many of the courses that already exist in our graduate programs, the MA in Deaf Education and the EDD in Deaf Studies, Deaf Education, into this, and requires only 2 new degrees to be able to offer the program of study.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments? If not, I'll make a motion to the respective committee members that Lamar University be authorized to add a new Master of Arts in Deaf Studies in the Department of Deaf Studies, Deaf Education, effective fall 2020. Let's have a vote. Regent Dr. Edwards, how do you vote?
I vote yes. This is Regent Edwards.
Thank you. Regent Harrell.
Yes, this is Regent Harrell. I vote yes.
All right, then, let's move this to the full agenda of the next board meeting. Dr. Hayek, let's move to item 3C on the agenda.
Great. This item is Sul Ross State University requesting a Bachelor of Nursing addition to their program inventory. President Kibler or Dr. Knukin?
I think Rob will take this.
Yes, this is Rob Knukin, and Sul Ross currently has an RN to BSN degree offering, and this is expanding that offering to incoming freshmen to a BSN degree. And it will be administered through the Department of Nursing and the College of Arts and Sciences on the Alpine campus. So we are seeking approval to add this degree to our course inventory for the Alpine campus.
Okay. Any questions or comments? If not, I'd like to make a motion to the committee members that Sul Ross State University be authorized to add a Bachelor of Science in Nursing BSN effective July 1, 2020. To add a BSN program to the Sul Ross State University Alpine campus, THECB inventory upon final approval by the Texas State University System Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. I'll ask the committee members to now vote on it. Regent Dr. Edwards, how do you vote?
This is Dr. Edwards. Yes, I vote yes.
Thank you. Regent Harrell, your vote, please. Regent Harrell, you may be muted. I've suffered from that myself.
Thank you. Yes, I do vote yes.
All right, very good. Let's move that to the full board agenda. And back to Dr. Hayek for what? Item 3C on our agenda.
This is 3D. This is Lamar State College Orange, a new technical program proposal for a dual credit certificate in process technology. President Johnson or Dr. Elmore, would you like to take this one?
I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Elmore.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Hayek. Lamar State College of Orange is requesting to add to our program inventory a dual credit certificate. It's a subset of an existing certificate of 40 semester credit hours. We are abbreviating to 30 in order for our dual credit students to complete the program and become NAPTA certified. So we would like to create a new certificate to bestow upon our dual credit students who complete the program.
All right. Very good. Let's see. Any questions? If not, to my respective committee members, I make a motion that Lamar State College Orange be authorized to create a new program leading to a technical certificate, a 30-hour program in dual credit certificate in process technology, effective for the fall semester of 2020. Let's have a vote here. Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
I vote yes to move it forward.
All right, Regent Dr. Edwards.
Mrs. Edwards, I vote yes as well.
All right, very good. That passes, and we move it to the next full board meeting. Let's see. On item 3E, Dr. Hike, do we need to vote on these to move them to the full board, or?
3 is just an informational item, so we can just report on that, and it's the preliminary enrollment report for spring of 2020. We are working on the certified report, but there were some extension of deadlines for the certification due to the virus, and so we're gathering the certified numbers from all the institutions, which I think we have and will have for the full board meeting. And so this is really just an informational item. For the most part, these numbers are really, the spring numbers are consistent as of now with the fall numbers, and our system head count was up about 1%, with kind of various mix across the institutions. And our student credit hours were also up 1%, while our contact hours really were up 10%, driven by almost a 20% increase at LIT from a contact hours perspective. And like I said, we're working on certifying the numbers, and we'll have those available, I believe, by the board meeting. Next, we will go through the consent agenda.
Okay. Go ahead and lead us through that, Doc.
Great. And as we've discussed this before, with these consent agenda items, for our components, we will, instead of voting on each one, we'll just kind of go through each one separately, pause in case someone might have a question, and then we'll wait to vote on all the items as a group at the end. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Nichols for the first Lamar University item.
Yes, sir. The first one is an addition of prerequisite courses to our baccalaureate degree postback students seeking admission into the graduate program in speech language pathology and audiology. The problem here was, as we got ready for accreditation with this group, we realized that students who did not have a bachelor's degree in speech language path were coming into our program without having some of the required courses that we were asking for. So this is just to allow us to say that those are prerequisite courses if you have not had them at an undergraduate level. So then the next one is a modification of the Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering degree plan. We are replacing what was INEN with CHEN 1101, Introduction to Chemical Engineering. This is to allow students to get a little more experience in the discipline that they want, rather than a broader introduction to engineering as a group. Our third one is a modification to the Deaf Studies, Deaf Education degree plan. This is to allow us, for people who are deaf and in the Deaf Studies, Deaf Ed teacher track, to recognize that they have already had some of these courses and actually to exempt them from specific areas if they meet certain requirements. Our fourth one is a modification in the EDD Educational Leadership Program. This one is they're adding an additional concentration in educational technology innovation. Given our background with ed tech and innovation, we have had an increased demand for this area within our doctoral program, and to create 2 new courses in the catalog as a part of that EdTech innovation concentration. The next one is a modification to our Master of Engineering, Master of Engineering Science, Master of Engineering Management degree requirements. They are requesting they be allowed up to 6 hours of the 5,000 level. Electives be taken as part of the BS and engineering programs to be counted towards the degree. So an undergraduate student could, in essence, take a 5,000 level course instead of a 4,000, fast track themselves with 6 hours into it. They have to meet a specific GPA and admission standards to our master's program in order to take those as an undergraduate. The next one is a program revision for existing program in digital leading and learning, and they want to rename that to be the Masters of Applied Technology and to move the program from 36 to 30 hours, keeping it more in line with other master's degrees that we currently offer. We have modification in the Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. It is to simply replace some prerequisites to allow greater flexibility for our students. They had some higher math, and we are changing our math curriculum as part of our QEP for SACS, and this makes the program become in line with others. The Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering degree, they're changing one course and adding another one. They're deleting the Mechanical Engineering 2302 and adding a Industrial Engineering 4396. We think that actually serves the students as they graduate, our new graduates, better, and allows them a bit more of the industrial engineering piece. Our next one is a name change for the department from Department of Industrial Engineering to the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering in the College of Engineering, effective this fall. Part of that is related to the fact that we have supply chain management in other areas, and it kind of gets lost under industrial engineering. We're trying to make it a bit more visible for both our students and others. A new undergraduate certificate in Instrumentation and Control Engineering. This is from the Dreyer Department of Electrical. It is actually based off of the program of study that we've already developed, but does allow a certificate in instrumentation that's not been available before. And the last one is a slight modifications of the Graduate Nursing Education Administration degrees. Currently, we have 2 evidence-based projects, 1 and 2. They were a 1 hour and a 2 hour course. They will go to 3 hours each, and one other course will be reduced. 2 of them will be merged into one to allow the total number of hours to remain unchanged, but the sequencing will be easier for students. It's particularly because we require an evidence-based project. The students have trouble completing that project the way it's currently scheduled.
Great, thank you very much, Dr. Nichols. I know that was that's a mouthful in terms of program changes. Appreciate that. I do believe that just before we open it up for, in case anyone has questions, maybe on that group, I think that you may have, unless I just missed it, I think you may have missed 3.0, which is the modification to the BS and Family Studies degree plan. You just want to give us just a brief synopsis on that one, 3.0, and then we'll
Yes.
we'll open it up for questions.
Okay, this one is to modify the existing degree program, Bachelor of Studies in Family Studies. Currently, that's only offered on campus. We want to offer it in an online format. We've been working with community colleges and have some interest in it from community colleges. So it is a 2+2 degree, and we want to allow it to be online.
Great, thank you. We will pause there in case anyone has any questions on those. If not, we'll continue on. The next item is 3S, which is a Sam Houston State University item. Dr. Egglesare, would you like to take this one?
Yes. First one is our Master's of Science degree in nursing practice, the nurse practitioner. The Texas Board of Nursing asked us to add another class, which would brought us up to a 48-hour program. They wanted to take one class and make it 2 3-hour classes. Since we're trying to keep our numbers down, we negotiated with them to add 2 2-hour classes as opposed to 2 3-hour classes. So we have one class in basically transition to nursing and one class in the theory of nursing, and they were acceptable to that. So that'll bring our total hours from 45 to 46 hours for the nurse practitioner model. The second class is a change the number of hours for our Masters of Education in School Leadership, going from 36 down to 30 hours. We're doing this mainly so we can be more competitive with other programs. Most of them have gone to a 30-hour program. To accomplish that, we're cutting 6 hours by removing one class and combining 2 classes into one. We don't think that's going to affect the academic preparation nor the integrity of the program by doing so. And those are our 2 requests.
And if we don't have any questions on those, we'll move forward to Sul Ross State University. It has a couple items as well. President Kibler or Dr. Knukin?
This is Rob Knukin, and the first one is a request to change the name of an existing Master of Education program from Reading Specialist to Reading, and that will align with current TEA standards and competencies, and by changing the title, Sul Ross would be better aligned with other universities and state initiatives. And the second item is currently Sul Ross maintains 2 course inventories with the coordinating board, one for the Alpine campus and one for the Middle Rio Grande campuses. And we seek to move administration of the existing RN to BSN degree to administrate it within in conjunction with this upcoming freshman to BSN degree that we're seeking within the Department of Nursing in the College of Arts and Sciences. And to do this, we need to drop it from the Middle Rio Grande campus inventory and add it to the Alpine campus inventory. So it's simply an administrative reorganization and change.
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, if there are no questions to those, we move on to a number of Texas State University items. President Trouth or Dr. Bourgeois, would you like to take these?
This is Denise. I'll start, and then I'm going to ask Jean to pick it up because we have quite a few things here. The first 4 items for Texas State are all existing programs, and we're asking to take them to distance education delivery format. So the first is a Bachelor of Social Work, and again, we already offer it, we're asking to take it to a delivery format of distance education. This really does address state and national needs for social work professionals. The second one is the Doctor of Philosophy degree with a major in geographic education. Again, asking to take it to a distance education delivery format in addition to the face-to-face format that we have on campus. And again, this addresses state and national needs for post-secondary geography teachers who work in a variety of industries in addition to education. The next is the Master of Science degree with a major in Accounting and Information Technology. Again, an existing degree that we're asking to take to distance education format. And the curriculum here has been restructured to serve the current needs of the job market. So that's also embedded here. It's addressing the fact that increasingly computerized accounting systems are being used. The next one is a Master of Science degree with a major in Public Health Education and Promotion. Again, an existing degree that we're asking to take to a distance education delivery format to address the state and national needs for people who are prepared in public health education. The next item is a new Postmaster certificate in Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner, and we would offer this certificate via distance education. Now, we already had, in 2018, the Regents gave us approval to offer a Master of Science in Nursing in Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner. This certificate is designed for people who already are nurse practitioners in a different field and want to move into psychiatric mental health. And then the next item is very exciting for us. We're requesting planning authority for a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. We, of course, use Texas Workforce Commission data, and that commission predicts that employment of mechanical engineers is going to grow 19% in Texas during the next 10 years. That's faster than a lot of other engineering disciplines. The way that we're putting this program together and to address the employment gap that we've analyzed is through a framework called Industry 4.0, which is a way to describe the comprehensive transformation through the merging of digital technology and the internet with conventional industry. So graduates are going to have backgrounds in enabling technologies, including the Internet of Things, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, and so forth. Because this is in engineering, we have to take this permission. Once we get permission from you, we have to take this to the coordinating board for approval. Jean, do you want to pick it up from here with the rest of our requests?
Yes, indeed. And I would add that the mechanical engineering degree proposal basically represents smart mechanical engineering, so similar to our new civil engineering degree program that we characterize as being technology-enhanced infrastructure. The mechanical engineering degree will build upon that smart infrastructure that we have in civil. The next item, we're changing a number of titles of degrees, and these are to be done in correspondence with job market and disciplinary changes and or to align with similar programs in the state of Texas. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those.
On your what?
We also want to delete the Bachelor of Science degree with a major in technology management. These students will be taught out, and they will be notified that the program is closing as of fall 2022, and no new students will be admitted to that program. We are requesting the deletion of the Master of Education degree with a major in middle school mathematics. Enrollment has declined from 35 students to 1 in the fall of 2019, and so it's appropriate to be deleted at this time. We have a number of degrees where we are requesting to reduce the semester credit hour requirements, the ever popular reduction of semester credit hour requirements, effectively moving a couple of master's degrees down by 3 semester credit hours each, an MBA with a major in business administration to be reduced from 42 to 36, and then 1, 2, 3 of our engineering degrees, reducing them accordingly by 3 hours because we're using a new gen ed mathematics course as a program core requirement. And then we also have a reduction of a BS degree with a major in interdisciplinary science that we're also requesting a reduction in 3 semester credit hours. I think that's our list.
Right. Any questions for Texas State on any of these consent items? If none, we'll move on to the next item, which is 3GG. This is a Lamar State College Orange item. President Johnson or Dr. Elmore, would you like to take this one?
Thank you, Dr. Hyatt. Yes, the first recommendation or request is to have a program modification for our Associate of Science and Natural Science degree. Primarily, we want to add 2 courses, a general transfer of zoology and botany that will be included. And we want to modify our Associate of Science degree, Computer Science, primarily to better align with the field of study that provides a more seamless transfer for our students to universities. So we'll encapsulate some math and some computer science courses to be more seamlessly transferred into our university partners. We want to modify our Associate of Applied Science Information Technology Support Specialist to bring it to be more relevant. Primarily, we will be replacing our Web Design 1 course with a cloud deployment and infrastructure management. And then we will also be, based on ACGM course removal of basic programming, we will be replacing that with an introduction to visual basic programming. So that AAS, Associate of Applied Science degree, will be altered accordingly. Similarly, we will be modifying our certificate, Information Technology Support Assistant Certificate, due to the same 2 course substitutions for BCIS 1310 and Web Design 1 are being deleted and replaced with Cloud Deployment and Introduction to Visual Basic Programming. And then lastly, we request, due to low enrollment, to remove Game Designer Institutional Award, Game Specialist Certificate, and then Web Design Multimedia Institutional Award.
Great. Any questions on those items? Great. The next item is a Lamar State College Port Arthur item. President Renard or Dr. Millsap?
Good afternoon. I'm going to let Dr. Millsap respond to this motion.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we are making a motion to add some courses to our core curriculum in English and in biology and in speech. Just as we've implemented math pathways to tailor the right math to the right major, we want to be able to offer students majoring in particular majors. English 2311, Technical and Business Writing, is an alternative to English 1302, Composition, and Speech 1321, Business and Professional Communication, to certain majors. And then the biologies, we're proposing, these are the biologies for non-science majors, because up till now, our biologies have all been geared toward majors and STEM majors. And so basically, we're just trying to create pathways that are appropriate to the major.
Great. And the final 2 consent items are more summary items. One is the 3MM is the summary of curricular changes across the institutions, and 3NN are the out-of-state, out-of-country study programs, and just really summarizing the numerous, unfortunate numerous programs that had to be canceled because of the pandemic. Regent Crane, I believe that ends the consent items, and so I'll turn it back over to you to see if there are any other questions and for making a motion to move those forward.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hayek. I do have a question. I apologize for not asking it in sequence. for Texas State on item 3Z. Simple question. How many hours is that new master's degree scheduled for?
Which master's degree is the three?
It's a master's of science with a major in public health education and promotion.
Item 3Z is in zebra.
I have item 3Z is in zebra. Is that correct?
It's 36 hours total.
Or if you're a pilot, Zulu.
Option. This is the major in public health education and promotion.
Right. That's what the assistant said. So it's the existing. It's a 36-hour program.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Very good. I appreciate it, and thank you to my committee members. I move or make a motion that we accept all of the consent items, which start way back there. Well, I don't have where it starts, but anyway, we take all the consent items and move them to the full board for their review. So with that motion made, Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
This is Regent Harrell. I agree to move those consent items to the board.
Very good. Regent Dr. Edwards, your vote.
This is Edwards. I agree as well to move forward.
All right, very good. Then all the consent items will move to the consent agenda for the next full board meeting. Are there any other questions or comments? And by the way, I realize I forgot to ask for questions or comments for anything else on the consent agenda. If anybody has some, go ahead and speak now. And I'm going to take that as a no. So here's some closing comments. I'm glad everybody that's with us is healthy today and hope that continues into the future. Thanks for everyone for calling in. Unless there's any further discussion, this concludes our telephone meeting for today. I look forward to talking with everyone again at our next telephonic board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.